Okay, let's jump right in. The world of real estate brokerage is always on the move, right? It feels like companies are constantly merging, agents are switching teams, and these huge billion-dollar strategies are playing out right in front of us. So we're going to break down who's making the big moves and, maybe more importantly, why they're making them. So that's the big question, isn't it? Who is buying? Who is on the move? And what is the real strategy behind all these headlines we keep seeing? Because this isn't just a game of musical chairs. No, this is a high-stakes game of chess. And today, we are going to figure out the playbook. Here's how we're going to tackle it. First, we'll get a quick lay of the land. Then, we'll dive into two major growth strategies. Buying up other companies and making these super precise moves into key markets. And then, we're going to uncover the one big idea that, believe it or not, connects all of these dots. All right, let's start with the big picture. The brokerage business is just in this constant state of change. You see big firms getting even bigger, but it's not random. The smart companies out there are making really calculated, strategic plays to get an edge. It's one thing to see the headlines about a merger here or a milestone there, but the real story is in the strategy. So let's get into the first major approach we're seeing play out. So one of the most popular ways to grow is pretty simple. Just buy your competition. But what's so fascinating is how companies are doing it. It really breaks down into two very different paths. Some are going for huge, national scale, while others are all about becoming a regional powerhouse. Okay, let's start with that national approach. United Real Estate just made a massive move, bringing a 725-agent firm into their family. And this wasn't just any firm. Its agents are all over the country. Florida, California, you name it. This is a clear play for a true coast-to-coast presence. Now, what's really cool about this quote from Matthew Crumbaugh, the CEO of the company being acquired, is that he really nails the why behind this deal. His team gets access to all of United's national tools and tech to help them sell more, but, and this is key, they get to keep their local brand and their culture. It's the best of both worlds, national power with that local feel. But then, you have a completely different strategy. Take a look at Lamacchia Realty. They've made 13 acquisitions in just the last couple of years. But here's the twist. They're all hyper-focused in one single area, New England. This isn't about going wide, it's all about going deep. So here you can see the two strategies, side by side. On one hand, you've got United building this huge, interconnected national network, giving agents everywhere access to powerful tools like their AI platform. On the other hand, Lamacchia is basically building a fortress in one region, aiming to be the absolute undisputed local expert. Two totally different paths to growth, both happening through acquisitions. Okay, let's move on to our next strategy. See, instead of buying up entire companies, some brokerages are making what you could call surgical strikes, basically planting a flag in very specific and very valuable markets. A perfect example of this is Douglas Elliman's move into California's wine country. This quote from one of their new star agents, Christine Krennis, pretty much says it all. This isn't just any old suburb, it's this unique, super luxury destination that's right next door to one of the wealthiest places on Earth. And check this out. They didn't just open an office and cross their fingers. No, they launched their expansion by bringing on a team that sold an incredible $70 million worth of real estate last year alone. Talk about hitting the ground running. That's how you establish instant credibility. So why this specific move? It's all about strategy. This area is a globally recognized brand for luxury, right up there with places like Aspen or the Hamptons. It's sitting right next door to all that Silicon Valley money, and the homes themselves are becoming these incredible architectural showpieces. This is a very calculated play for a very specific, high-end clientele. Okay, so we've looked at three different strategies, right? We've got national acquisitions, these regional roll-ups, and luxury market entries. On the surface, they seem pretty different. But what if I told you they're all being driven by the exact same idea? So what is it? What's the common thread? What possibly connects a massive national merger with a tiny two-person team entering Napa Valley? The answer, it turns out, isn't about companies or markets at all. It's about people. To really get this, just look at the Real Brokerage. They were just named the 39th fastest growing company in all of the Americas. I mean, that kind of explosive growth doesn't just happen by accident. So, what's their secret sauce? Well, their CEO, Tamir Poleg, lays it out right here. Their whole model is built on one simple idea: empower the agents. The philosophy is, if you give agents the best tools, the best support, and the best culture, the company's growth will just naturally follow. The business is built around the agent, not the other way around. And when you start looking through that agent-centric lens, every single move we've talked about suddenly makes perfect sense. Compass attracts top Hamptons agents by talking about community and local support. Realty One Group brings over a new team by offering better tech to help them grow their business. And that big United acquisition, remember, the main selling point was a tech platform designed to make agents more productive. It all comes back to the agent. So, let's just recap the playbook we've uncovered. You can go big nationally, like United. You can totally own a region, like Lamacchia. You can conquer a high-end niche, like Douglas Elliman. But the one thing that underpins every single one of these successful strategies is the ability to attract and empower top agent talent. And that's really the bottom line. This great brokerage shakeup isn't just a battle for market share or for control of certain zip codes. It's a war for talent. The companies that can attract and keep the best agents, those are the ones who are ultimately going to win. Which leaves us with a final thought. As technology keeps changing the game, maybe the most valuable thing a brokerage has isn't its brand name or how many offices it has. Maybe the brokerage of the future isn't built on signs at all. It's built on talent.